Welcome to the Author Your Life podcast, where you can write a new script for your life and become the hero of your story. I'm your host, David McRae. You are the author of your life. Let's get started.
All you have to decide is what to do with the time that is given to you.
In my experience, there's no such thing as luck.
It is not our abilities that show what we truly are. It is our choices.
Before we launch into the podcast, I'd like to tell you about my book, Author Your Life, Become the Hero of Your Story. This is a book for people who are at a crossroads in life and want to make a fresh start. Judging by the fact that you're listening to this podcast, I suspect that you may well be one of those people. This book is going to help you to change your narrative and rewrite the scripts in life that are holding you back. This book covers the latest science and research showing you how to become the person you want to be and live the life that you want to live. I'd like to invite you to get this book not only because I feel it's a great book that's going to help you, but also it's going to support the podcast as well. I love podcasts, but sometimes all of those ads that you get can be really irrelevant and annoying when you just want to listen to a good piece of training or a good interview. So I therefore made the decision with my podcasts that number one, I wanted my podcast to be free so that everyone could listen to it. And number two, that I wasn't going to fund it through all these annoying and irrelevant adverts and commercials. Therefore, if you want to support the podcast and support all the things that I put out there for free, whether it be here on the podcast, my YouTube channel, other areas on social media, then buying a book is going to enable and help that process. So this is what we call a win-win scenario. By buying the book, you help to support my work and all the free stuff that I put out there, and you also get a really transformational book that's going to help you make those changes that you really want in your life. So if you feel you're someone who's at that crossroads in life, you're looking for a new direction, you're looking for a fresh start, then make sure you get this book. Author Your Life, Become the Hero of Your Story is available on Amazon in ebook, paperback, and audiobook. Whatever your preferred medium, it's there for you to go get right now. Hello everyone, I just felt that I needed to come on here and talk about the recent news that we've all heard. It started breaking kind of towards last night, of course, and it's a shame that we think things like this nowadays, but when I first saw it, my immediate thought was, well, is this fake news? Is this a hoax? Is this someone having a laugh or having a prank? Because when something that sudden and unexpected just comes up, I guess that's your first reaction is disbelief, isn't it? And I guess it's a bit of a sad indictment of the way the media and news is nowadays, that was the first thing that I thought when I started hearing these reports of Kobe Bryant having died. Now, as we go into today, of course, this has sadly been confirmed that he really has gone, and in such a sudden and horrible way as well. And just right off the bat, I want to clarify and affirm that this video isn't just going to be about poor old Kobe Bryant, because yes, it's a shame that he's died, but also there were 8 other victims of the helicopter crash, and including his young 13-year-old daughter as well. So this is, first of all, a tribute to all of them, of all of the victims of the crash. Just because one person has extra celebrity over the others doesn't make the lives of the other victims any less important. So right off the bat, I just want to clarify that and say that it's a horrendous story for all of the victims and all of the people who are involved. I do want to focus on Kobe Bryant in this particular video, though, because Kobe's someone who I've used as an example a couple times in seminars and in some of my teaching as a role model of excellence, someone who we can look to and someone who we can learn from in the way that he went about what he did, which of course was his career in basketball. Hi everyone, hello to everyone who's tuning on. I can't see your names. Pop us a little comment. Let me know who you are and where you're tuning in from, and what you thought about Kobe Bryant, of course, which is the topic of this video today. As I said, Kobe is someone who I hold up as someone we can learn so much from, and I think I'm going to have to do a clearer, more concise summary and overview of this, but I just wanted to come on now while I had some stream of consciousness, and I felt that I wanted to share what I'm about to share with you, that Kobe Bryant was so much more than just a basketball player. There's so much that we can take from who he was as a person and who he was as a professional. I'm just going to share three things with you quickly now. Three things that I've got in my mind that really stand out to me in terms of what I took from Kobe Bryant and how he's inspired me through the way that he went around things and the way that he conducted himself. And the first thing that I think we can learn from Kobe Bryant and his life was his incredible dedication to mastery. This guy was always looking for the extra 0.1% to get better. After every single basketball practice with the LA Lakers, he would stay after practice and he wouldn't leave until he had scored 400 three-pointers. 400 three-pointers every single practice. He did that because he didn't want to leave anything in practice. He wanted to go onto the court as ready and prepared as he could and constantly pushing himself to get better and better as a basketball player. And you could see that through his career, his incredible dedication to getting better and being the best basketball player. And arguably, he is the best basketball player of all time. Certainly when you look at the basketball pundits, you tend to say three names: Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Kobe Bryant. They are the three people who are held up and widely considered to be the three best basketball players of all time. And Kobe, with his incredible dedication to mastering and getting better, elevated himself to that status of not just being a great basketball player, but being one of the all-time greats and possibly the greatest of all time. So that's the first thing I think we can learn from Kobe and the way that he approached things. The second thing that I think we can learn from Kobe is how he modeled excellence in order to help him to get better. When Kobe was growing up, the basketball player that everyone looked up to in that era in the 90s was, of course, Michael Jordan. We've just mentioned him. So Kobe said, well, if I want to be a great basketball player, if I want to be the best basketball player, then I'm going to look at an example of who is the best basketball player that I can see. And of course, that was Michael Jordan. And comments have been made and comparisons have been made about how similar Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan are in their styles, the way that they move, the way that they shoot, the signature mannerisms that they had on the court were very, very similar. And this is not taking anything away from Kobe Bryant, by the way. This isn't saying that he's a copycat or a replica or he's a want-to-be Michael Jordan. No, Kobe Bryant was incredibly smart. He said, who is the best player out there? And if I can replicate what they're doing, then I can enjoy some of that success and some of that skill and ability that they're showing on the court. And then what Kobe did in his career was he said, right, I've modeled what Michael Jordan did in the 90s. How can I improve that? How can I grow? How can I evolve into the noughties and into the 2010s when he was playing as a basketball player? And what I really like about this comparison and the way that Kobe built upon the work of Michael Jordan before him was when Michael Jordan finished his basketball career, he was the third highest scorer in NBA history. He had the third highest total career points tally. When Kobe Bryant finished his career, he had just squeaked into the third highest scorer of all time in the NBA. He had taken that space from Michael Jordan. He had taken Michael Jordan's efforts and he'd gone just that little bit further, that little bit better. And so I think this is the second thing that we can learn from Kobe, is how he role modeled excellence in order to get to the level that he wanted to be, and then he built and improved upon that in his career. The third thing that I want to share that I think we can learn from Kobe, and this is something that sadly is a lesser lesson because we didn't get to see the end result, and that is how Kobe reinvented himself. Kobe Bryant was a professional basketball player for 20 years. And when he retired in 2016, he could have quite easily stayed in the realm of basketball. He could have gone on to do coaching, or he could have been a manager, or he could have been a shareholder in one of the NBA teams. He could have stayed in basketball. But actually what he did is he said, I want to do something different. I want to be known as someone who's more than just a basketball player. And bear in mind, guys, this is one of the best basketball players of all time. And he said, no, that's not good enough. I know I'm capable of more and that I can do more. And so his reinvention that he spent the last 4 years or so doing was he wanted to share stories with children. He wanted to use sport as a medium for telling stories, and so he started a media company where he was producing books and films and videos and podcasts for children, telling them stories, teaching them important lessons through the medium of sport. And that was something that ultimately we haven't been able to see the fruits of that labor. We haven't been able to see where he would ultimately take that. I'm sure that the company and the business will still stay on after him, of course. But we never got to see that drive and that mentality that served him so well in basketball being put into another arena. And I personally think that he would have succeeded in that endeavor with the drive and mindset that he showed in basketball, applying that to another endeavor. I think he would have done great with that, and that is another aspect of the tragedy of this news, that we never got to see Kobe Bryant reinventing himself and putting that drive and passion into a new project and serving the world and contributing in a different way. So I just want to jump on and share these three things that I've taken from Kobe and what really inspired me. And I just felt that I needed to share them right now while the news is kind of still so fresh and we're still thinking about the life and the legacy of Kobe Bryant. So I hope you found these things useful. As I said, I'm going to take some time, I think, this week and structure that a little bit more. This has just been kind of a wave of consciousness right now, but I feel this is really important to share because there'll be lots of accolades and things that have been talked about and discussed in regards to Kobe, of course, his basketball career and the titles that he won and the MVP awards that he won and all of that kind of stuff. I would like to look a little bit deeper behind that and really show the character and the person of Kobe Bryant, and I think that's really important to share. And some of that might be not missed necessarily in the days to come, but it might be kind of under the radar compared to the sort of the immediate statistics and shock. And of course, we're going to hear a lot more, I think, about the other victims of the crash and exactly what went wrong with the helicopter, or was there anything going on with the pilot or the weather or anything like that. These things are still sort of coming through now, but I hope you've enjoyed tuning on. I've been seeing the eyeballs today and the names haven't been coming up, so my apologies if I haven't been saying hello. I hope you've been enjoying what you've been watching so far. And as I said, I'll be producing something a little bit more succinct and concise because I feel it's really important to share the lessons that we can learn from Kobe Bryant. So folks, I will sign off and leave you to it. And as I said, I hope you found this useful. I'll speak to you soon. If you've enjoyed today's episode and you'd like to take your education with Author Your Life a little bit further, then I'd love for you to join us in the brand new Author Your Life Academy. The Author Your Life Academy is an online educational community where you can start a new and exciting chapter of your life. In the Academy, there is ongoing, extended, exclusive training to help you build the skills that you need to grow and develop in your life. You get to join a community of aspirational story changers who are supporting you, encouraging you, and celebrating with you along your journey. I'm also in there as well, providing tailored specific mentorship through live question and answer sessions and priority access through messaging and emails. If you'd like to enroll in the Academy, you can do so for just $27 a month. That's £20 for those of you in the UK. When you join, you get 3 awesome bonuses. You get an audiobook, you get an online course, and you get a ticket to one of my live events. So if you're ready to start something new and exciting in your life, come join us in the Author Your Life Academy. You can find out more about how you enroll by going to www.authoryourlife.org/academy. I'd love to see you in there. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. If you enjoyed this episode, I'd appreciate it hugely if you could head over to iTunes and leave a rating and review for the podcast. With your review, please be as honest and detailed as you can be. Because with honest and detailed feedback, that helps me to adapt and grow this podcast to most serve you, the listener. Also, if you enjoyed this episode, then make sure you subscribe to the podcast. That way you aren't going to miss any of the future episodes that we've got lined up for you. Until next time, remember that you are the author of your life. You hold the pen, and you can write whatever script you want for yourself. So go out today and write yourself a beautiful story.